You testify your father goes away. He obviously dies in prison. How many years was he in prison post you flipping? And did you speak to him before he died?
Okay. So he was in. He went in 97 in October. I went in. I'm sorry. Yeah, 97 October. I went in 97 in July. He died 2012 in prison in a terrorist lockdown because he had put on a hit on me and my uncle when we were cooperating, and he threatened a prosecutor during the case. So when he went back in, he had to go on a special lockdown. It's called SAMS. All terrorists are in there. And he died on Christmas Day 2012. I did get all my dad's journals and crates and crates of 302s on the case. 302s are interviews the government does, court testimonies, history, his journals. He had journals, hundreds of pages, writing about a lot of stuff. I am working on a project with all of that also. But I can tell you, my dad locked down 4 years, was tough as hell. He dies his favorite day of the year, Christmas Day, 2012.
But you didn't speak to him at all during that time, correct?
No, I was not allowed to. And here's the thing, too. I knew my dad wasn't going to change. And there was a reason for me to speak. And we went way past that point. I know that he was telling a lot of people, it's not my brother, it's not my brother, it's my son. He set this all up. My brother was tough, but he wouldn't be able to set this up. They was trying to get somebody to kill me because I refused witness protection. And nobody would listen to him.
And your uncle went into WITSEC, correct?
He did. Yeah, he had to go because he had to do prison time. He actually got the longest prison time out of all the guys that cooperated. He got the most time.
Interesting. Do you speak to him at all?
I do speak to my uncle. I have spoken to my uncle. We see some differences on some things, but we're learning as a family, even with me and my brothers and my mother and everybody, we might see things differently, but we get along, we still remember we're family.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own little issues with everything that happened to each one of them.
Got it.
It really tore this family apart. It really did.
Now, I don't want to give too much more away because of get the book. I know you went to Arizona, but then you're now back in Chicago, right?
I'm in Chicago for the summer. So what I'm doing is I'm doing tours. I'm doing private events. I did a big one last night. It turned out very well in Chicago. But I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Las Vegas. I'm going to be working with the Mob Museum too.
Yes.
Tours out there, private events. My webpage, FamilySecretsTours.com, gives all that information. And I do have my book on there too. So if you want to buy it through my site, I send it USPS priority, and there's a box there. If you want me to sign it and write something, I will.
Beautiful. We'll put that link below. To wrap up, well, two more questions before we wrap up. One is, how's the outfit fare nowadays, in your opinion?
Well, my opinion is, well, first of all, I don't sit here and bash the outfit. I mean, there were guys that lived it the way it was supposed to be lived.
Yeah.
Make a better life for your kids, the community, all that. They were fair with people. Unfortunately, my dad and his boss, Angelo LaPietra, they became sociopathic killers, and they were very violent. So for me, it was a little different towards the outfit. I don't believe anybody that was part of it at one time that's still alive is doing anything illegal. Now, the government's got too many weapons. These guys made money over the years. Their kids are grown now and they have successful businesses. So they're either helping finance their business, helping them out. It's everything we used to do is legal now too. So there's some people around, but I would say a couple little groups here and there that are probably doing minor stuff. Otherwise, people are legit. I'm doing my tours. I mind my own business. I'm not naming people that are out on the street or trying to get them in trouble. Yeah. I don't go in certain areas where I don't belong out of respect to other people. Plus, I don't want some 18-year-old to come up and shoot me in the back of the head because he just watched Goodfellas and thinks he's going to make a name for himself.
Good point. Final question, Frank. Could have dinner with any mobster, dead or alive. Who is it and why?
I would have liked to sit down with Paul Ricca.
That's a good one.
Business-wise, I would love to see his mind and his mindset.
I always say Chicago had so many, I guess I could use the word important gangsters and important racketeers that it kind of gets overshadowed by New York Rick. I mean, I always say Accardo was probably the most, relatively speaking.
That's why I paused, because it was between him and Paul, but they worked together side by side, from my understanding. Yeah, there was a lot of great guys in New York, a lot of smart guys. I picked because I'm more familiar. And I always wanted to pick a business-minded person because that's more me. You know, I know violence. I know their mindset was, look, you can always hire tough guys.
Correct.
But you know, if you don't have that mindset, where you going? You're just more of like a street gang.
I always thought of him as like the Frank Costello of the outfit.
Yeah.
All right, going to put a link below to Frank's site. Frank, I know this was last minute. I appreciate you being on. We'll probably have you back soon. We'll keep in touch. And Frank, thank you so much for being on the Armchair NBA.